Greetings and thanks for visiting Adcreative.ai. Adcreative.ai has a lot to cover, so let's go right into the first topic when you arrive at it in this extremely unscripted video where I'm going to pretty much cover everything about it. You will essentially go on your brand's page after clicking on an Adcreative.ai ad. Your brand is essentially your logo and your colors. Adcreative.ai needs to comprehend your brand's logo, colors, and other aspects from this. Let's create a brand right away. You will see that there is something called a brand name, which is entirely for you. It serves as a way for you to distinguish between any other brands you may create later. There is also a brand logo, which only you, your admins, and the users I'll be showing you later can see. When it comes to your logo, it should be in a PNG format without a background. If you still have older logos in JPEG format from a few years ago that don't have the PNG version, you can use free tools like Remove BG or AI background removal to get rid of the background. To find one of these tools, just search for Remove BG on Google. We tried to make it as simple as possible for you to tell us your brand's colors when you create a brand, so you can always click here and change any of the colors, and it will also change it in the preview section. The second thing is your colors, which we've done is that we kind of simplified in 3 different colors for the main subheading and description. Basically, when you're creating a brand, you will need to tell us your brand's colors. To demonstrate how color affects various elements of templates, including the background, text, and so on, let's first talk about recommendations. As you are aware, Rai has thousands of brands created on its Creative.ai platform, and there are over 1 million ads running daily. As a result, we have some idea of what colors work best on social media. That's why you can also choose from the palettes that artificial intelligence has created specifically for you, which is an additional option that might be effective. Lastly, there is a Chrome extension that we created. I won't go into detail about it, but in short, it's a color picker Chrome extension that is 100% free and serves as our gift to the world. Essentially, Color Picker does 2 things. The first is a straightforward color selection. The second is a simple color matching. The second feature that we built is that Color Picker also checks the codes of that website to find the most popular color codes and kind of brings you at the bottom of it that says colors on this page. When you click on it, you can go to any color on any website, and it will give you the hex code that I ask for so you can directly go through any of your logo or any part of your website. Then even the CSS file will be searched for those colors without first verifying your colors, and they will then be provided to you so you can choose which ones to use as your primary colors. But let's return to the creative part. You may use our color palette or a Chrome extension to find the ideal colors for your website or any other website when choosing your colors with AI. You can also choose your color straight from the page itself. To which you wish. Last, but not least, there is a section titled Brand Description. We introduced this section recently because we generate a lot of text for your creative or text projects. Therefore, if you provide us with more information about your brand, the next time we create templates for you, those templates may be even more customized for you and may even look better, perform better, and so on. The brand description is optional for the time being, but if you take a moment to write it clearly, preferably in English, it will help you tremendously in the future. Facebook and Google Ads ad accounts are 2 more options in the area. As you are aware, Creative.ai is not a tool like Canva. Its goal is to produce creators that sell, not just create for you. Therefore, conversion-focused data back ad creatives. To be able to do that, we currently in the market take millions of ad accounts and millions of ads to understand what are the patterns between best performing creators, so that's something that Creative.ai already does to train our machine learning model. But essentially, if you connect your Facebook ad account and Google ad account, what we can do is that we can prioritize your own data. You can simply click on those buttons to connect your ad accounts, and because of our excellent partnership with Google, if you click on the Google ad account section, you will see another button that says Create a Net Account. If you use that button to create a net account, you will receive 500 free ad credits from Google. This is because Google gives your data a higher priority when you generate creatives, meaning you have even more personalized creatives and texts. You spend $500, so it's kind of a spend that match kind of thing. So as soon as you spend $500, Google gives you another $500, so in total, if you spend $1,000, but from your own pocket, you only spend $500 of it. So that's the brand part one. Already created the brand. So as you can see, I am testing with a lot of brands. We do sometimes pitches. So we basically show our product some big brands, but on this video, I didn't want to show any other brand. I wanted to create ad creator. Let's go forward now that our brand has already been formed, and what we're going to do is arrive to this location known as creative format as soon as the brand has been produced. The first step in creating a project is choosing a creative format. When you see the various sizes, including the pin size, landscape, vertical, and other variations, they may seem quite specific to you. You may also wonder why there are only 5 options available. The answer is that there are 100 different social media ad creatives, so with just 5 of these options, you can make ads for any social media platform. So post size is fantastic for Facebook, landscape is fantastic for LinkedIn stories, and Snapchat, etc. Vertical is absolutely gorgeous on applications like Instagram because it covers more space on it on the feed, so when someone scrolls down instead of a square it's a little longer, so there's more space, so you get more attention, more click to rate, more conversions, and so on. And then pin size is for Pinterest. Pretty much. Now that we have that out of the way, let's move on to the next one, but not before we show you this picture that is truly amazing. If you're still unsure about what the best creative would be for you if you were to advertise on Instagram using story placement, there is a new pop-up that we have brought, and we are constantly updating it. We are one of the best ones to know since we are partners with these platforms, and if you are the best, we want you to be one of the best ones who know this so you can get the best results from those platforms. For example, if Instagram says that square doesn't perform the best even on the feed, they're going to use whatever exercise, Pinterest size, whatever they want to do. We are going to update this pretty much the same day. So let's try an experiment together. If I want to advertise on Facebook, it will ask me specifically what placement I want to use. If I choose auto feed and store, it will ask me if my website is mobile friendly. If it is, I'll say yes. If not, I'll say that I definitely need to work on my website to make it more mobile friendly. As you can see, it only suggests the story size and even explains why if I choose story placement. Story is without a doubt your best option because it will fill the entire screen between stories, which results in a high click-through rate. In addition to sort of recommending one for you to use, just click it to choose it. It also provides you with an explanation so you can understand why story size is important in particular. With that said, let's get started with the post size. We included 2 new items, the project description and the target audience. Project description and target audience are essentially the details you will provide us with regarding this project so that we may create even the texts for you and deliver even more customized work. So let's move, because we are advertising at Creative here at Creative. AI is a depressing platform that enables companies to create conversion or generate creatives that sell that are simply clean. And let's say that the target market for this one should be marketing agencies. Let's move on to the next step, as you can see, where there is a content part and a preview part. So if you're happy, if you want to do your own copywriting, that's lovely, no problem. You can just go and be like Adcreative.ai, big discount. You can essentially write your own copy, but if you're anything like me, English is not your mother tongue, and on top of that, you just want to move quickly, what you can do is that you can just use this button. Right now, the output language is English, Spanish, or French, but 5 or 6 other languages are on the way, and at the end we'll cover more than 20 languages, but let's just click on English. The button says loading, and as you can see, the headlines, takes, and punchlines for your creative were generated using the information you previously provided about your project and target audience. However, the first part of the creative is a bit cut, but what we can do is click on the drop-down menu and choose one of them to basically edit. I'm going to use this one since it states that you can see -19 and I sort of like it. I need to cut this down to 19, so I'm going to erase the best of the first portion and replace it with future of creative commercials before choosing another one to work on for the second one. Amazingly, more sales may be made with less work. Less effort also encourages creativity. That's just amazing. But let's see if there's anything else. The best way to market your products, the best way to get your products noticed. That's just amazing. And this is the call to action part. Call to action, you can go and select something and edit it, but I usually like my final action to be call to action because that typically performs better just from the call to action. People understand what this is about and what they're going to do if they end up in that tool. For example, in this one, I would say generate creatives. That's just very clean. If I want, I can also change the eco to anything I want. There are hundreds of icons, but in this case, I'm not going to do it because I want to show you the product ASAP. Now the last part is the image. Image-wise, I can go and upload something from my computer now. There are over 15 million royalty-free stock images contained in that Creative AI include never package, but we also have something called an image search engine, an email search engine that essentially gathers the best free royalty-free stock images, such as peg sales and splash, together. Consequently, what you can do is search for, say, advertisements, and in this instance, the Creative AI include never package will return over 15 million royalty-free stock images. It's going to be about ads, and as you can see, there are hundreds of creatives you can use right away. However, for the purposes of this test, I think I want to use something that I have no idea what it is. As you can see, I chose the cropping tool because our product works much better when you give it a square image, otherwise, it will prompt you to crop the image. When that part is finished, you can just name your project for later. You can even change the name of your project later on, so the initial name doesn't really matter. After that, our platform will use all that data to communicate with our back-end machine learning model, create those creatives, and then return to us with all of the stunning results. So as you can see, there is a lot of potential. There are hundreds of creatives here, and as you can see, the numbers start at 99, 98, and 97. You might wonder what those numbers mean and why 99 is at the top, but clicking on them will reveal a message that says, based on your data, we believe that this template can bring you the best results. Make sure that your color looks good on the template, and edit if necessary. In other words, this is how our machine learning model ranks the creators for you, giving you the information that we most likely predict that this creative will perform better than the second or third one, and so on. Is an amazing feature because it means you don't have to go and test hundreds of creatives, which would be an expensive and enjoyable type of experiment. Instead, you can sort of go and select the top 10, which is amazing for dynamic creative ads. If you really like the first one, you can click on the download button, which will immediately download the creative. If you click on it, you'll see that the creative is perfect, Pixar it's perfect, and that it's just an amazing creative that was created especially for you. Alternatively, you can use Google Performance Max, where you can test up to 10 to 15 creatives. So to return to the platform, as you can see, that's kind of one of Creative AI's biggest values. It gives you beautiful and converging focus at creatives. I'm following your colors, following your takes, and probably very confident that if I get this creative live on at Creative AI right now, I would most probably be getting a very good click-through rate. The fact that the button is on the left, your logo is on the right, the font, and every other decision made on this particular template has a reason, which basically means that as our machine learning model learns, it gets better and better at predicting the future. For example, if the market changes or if any mobile phones are used with the left hand, for example, the decision to put the button on the left would be justified. Hence, if the market changes, for some reason, it will take that information into account and, in a few days or weeks, will provide you with even more customized results. For this reason, Creative AI is like having a graphic designer who is available 724 hours a day, who can produce hundreds of creations per minute, who is connected to and who is watching millions of head accounts at once to truly learn every day. However, if you join that cray, it is possible. In light of the numerous other features, let's go on. Let's say that I made a mistake. Do I really need to go back and change every aspect? If I made a mistake or if I only wanted to fix this particular creative, I could click on the edit button and essentially change any text, image, or other element on that particular creation. However, if I said that I wanted to re-render everything because I made a mistake, would that be necessary? Alternative backgrounds. The last feature is one of my favorites because if you guys know me at all, you know that I'm in love with Google Ads, and especially their latest Google Performance Max. Performance Max is a beautiful new ad type that we are going to talk more about and that you need. No problem, you can actually click on Edit all at once and you can pretty much re-render the entire project from A to Z. Another item we provide. We will delve deeply into that product even with Google experts. But just so you are aware, Google Performance Max is any kind of ad type that collects a lot of headlines and descriptions from you and, in the meantime, 15 creatives. They then use all those creatives to create various variations and use their audience signals to bring you amazing results. It's somewhat similar to Facebook auto placement with dynamic creative ads, but as you know, what I don't like about that ad type is that you need 15 creatives for every single campaign you're building, and if you have 10 products, that basically means that to get the best results you will need 150 ad creatives, which is just a huge amount even if you have a graphic designer. Google has amazing audience signals, so they kind of like pinpoint your target audience. That's why I like that ad type. That's right, Creative AI is available for you. Let's say that for fun, I really love this creative and I want to use it for performance, but I don't have a graphic designer. And if I do it on Canva, that's just like mind-blowing amount of time I'm going to spend days and days and days just doing some stuff on Canva, which even though it is beautiful it is not data-backed, so they are not optimized for conversions. I want to obtain the other sizes of it or utilize it for dynamic, creative Facebook advertisements so that I am aware of the narrative version, landscape version, and other variations of it as well as to be able to be very exact about where my ads are placed. No problem, simply click the button that says render this picture in other sizes. As you can see, it created all the other sizes. Then I went to our back end and used that template to make them all, and I returned them to you. You can actually download the same creative in story format, vertical landscape pin size, or you can download it all at once. That's just a lovely feature, and I use it frequently. If I do that, I can choose this creative and download 5 more, and if I go down like this one, and if I do that, I can create beautiful Performance Max campaigns or Facebook Dynamic Creative in 2 to 3 minutes. The final point is to produce various sizes, so if you want the same design and everything else on a landscape so that you can perhaps run the same campaign on Quora or LinkedIn or wherever else you require a landscape, you can just regenerate the entire project into landscape format. And as you can see, all of the creators with the same inputs have been converted to a landscape format. That was the section on creative projects. Now let's move on to the text projects, which say new next click, because they are a very new feature. As you can see from my testing, I'm doing quite a bit of it, so let's go to the text project. On the text project, it works somewhat similarly to creative projects, but instead of generating creatives, we are generating texts because when you create an ad, the creative is not just the banner or image part of it. The creative part is what the user sees and your target audience is an image. On top of an image, there is typically a primary text, headline, or description, depending on the platform you are advertising on. So let's go and let's directly start generating some sales focus. Text was added, and we declared that we would emphasize the Adcreative.ai product name. We can say that Adcreative.ai is a SaaS platform that enables businesses to generate creatives that sell and target audience again, could be marketing agencies. I'll put language and I wanted an English text size, and I'm going to need an ad copy instead of headlines this time, and I'm doing it for Facebook, so platform, which platform I'm going to advertise on. Furthermore, contributions have been made. Let's read one of them. Adcreative.ai is the ideal tool for marketing agencies who want to produce high-quality sellable creatives. I can name my project, and the following step will involve using OpenAI and our own kind of optimizations that we've done on it to generate texts that are perfect for Facebook ads, perfect for Facebook, and perfect for bringing new conversions. That's not a stage response literally, it is an unscripted video. I'm basically going to demonstrate creative artificial intelligence from my point of view. As you can see, the text does not even require editing. Instead, let's do it together. I can simply take that copied text and apply our simple platform to create stunning visuals that grab attention and get results. That's not a stage response literally, it is an unscripted video. I'm basically going to demonstrate creative artificial intelligence from my point of view. As you can see, the text does not even require editing. Instead, let's do it together. I can simply take that copied text and apply our simple platform to create stunning visuals that grab attention and get results. I can also say to copy it and use it on any other platform, and if I made a mistake, I want to change my input so that instead of marketing agencies, I want to see small businesses, advertisers, or freelancers, whatever, I can do those changes in the editing model as well. So that's about creating text projects. The best thing about text projects is that no matter what package you have, it's 100% free, so that's kind of the value. To develop the relationship, we want you to have the best results from your ads, and to be completely honest, your text projects are not very service server heavy for us, so it doesn't cost much money for us. If it doesn't cost much money for us, we want to give it to you for free so you can ensure that you essentially get the best results from your ads, because banners will do the majority of the work, but your storytelling, your texts, and your primary text descriptions and headlines are still crucial. Due to your advertisements, we are providing that for free, so since this video is only a little over 20 minutes long, let's get right to it. The creative insights are something we built so that, if you're like me, who has been an advertiser for the past 10 years, you can actually see all of your best performing creatives in one place. I work with budgets as low as $5 per day, and I oversee more than $5 million per month based on ad spend. I've been working with a variety of clients, and each time the issue is the same from their perspective: too fun. I know that when you look at Ads Manager you understand the data, but I don't understand what they tell me. So basically, the Ads Managers are really designed for people like me, advertisers, analytical people as well. They don't really show your data in a very visual way, so you can't really see which gender or age range performs the best for you. I know things are getting harder these days because of the privacy, but even so, even though you're not really from the digital marketing world, going to Facebook Ads Manager or Google Ads Editor is kind of like extremely hard, and depending on what you think, it's also very ugly. We wanted to introduce this feature so that you can view all of your best creatives in one location in your Facebook or Google Ads accounts. This way, you can actually understand that. Okay, let's say that on this one, I got 31 key impressions, 1.7 click-through rate, and I can see that like this got a lot of impressions with a good rate, and I can see that like this seems like compared to the others more or less or equal or something. It appears that performs for me, so what I can do is that from that learning I can go to the creative projects and I can create a new project using that page once more. As you can see, Creative Insights is something that we already use to bring you better results and more individualized scoring, but in the interim, you can come here and you can actually learn if you're a marketing agent or a professional. You can even take a screenshot of this page to give a sexy report to your clients, but this is just how we feel that if we were still using this data, we would want to also bring you in a very nice way, so Creative Insights are included in every package. All you have to do is go to your brand and, if you haven't already, click on Edit. You can basically link your ad accounts to your brands, and when you do that, we will match that account with that brand so you can actually see your creative insights. Depending on how many ads you have, it could take up to a minute for us to process everything. If your ads are dynamic, we will break them down to help you understand the best creatives. Aggregated data to you after that. Then give us up to 1 minute, but it will appear here in the very last second of the other page's platform integrations, mainly Facebook and Google, so that we can bring your ad account soon. We are also bringing a new version of the Google Analytics ad unit, which is another tool. Finally, we have Zapier and Vanity, which brings APR Adcreative.ai limits that are going to be your imagination. You can pretty much do anything. Your customer may give you an email that will automatically produce the creatives using spreadsheets to generate anything. The only thing that restricts you is your creativity. Therefore, if you know of any product that, if it were to be combined with creative AI, would be incredibly valuable to you, them, and us, please let us know. We are happy to collaborate with other businesses since we want to provide value to the public and ensure that your advertising are more effective so that you can increase sales. Increased revenue and improved conversions. Basically, let's move on to the final 1 or 2 items. You can music on the settings page's promo code field and white label in the near future. Nevertheless, make it artistically by adding your own logo, changing the URL, and even changing the colors as I look at these treatments. We want to bring value to people, and if you think that changing the branding for your marketing agency and then you can sell that to the client, you get more value out of it, you're welcome to do so. This is a feature that is really requested by a lot of enterprise clients and also marketing agencies that wants to basically sell a creative AI to their clients. So that's why we're bringing what white label dark mode is going to be very soon as well. Then, you can change your information here, and once again, one of my favorite features is that if you have any co-founders or if any employees or team members are in your team, you can invite them to collaborate with you on that creative AI. You can collaborate with your team very easily in this way while you're generating one creative for one of your clients and other team members are generating for another client, or if you're just one brand on it creative AI while you're generating one project. You can even invite your team's admins or team leaders to be an admin. An admin can essentially do anything that the main account can do other than canceling the account. We have 3 users included essentially in every package we offer, and admin uses are currently limited to about 10 per admin. You can contact support if you need more of that, and you can then see your billing section. For example, let's say that someone else is doing Black Friday and other things at the same time as you are doing Christmas shopping. You would all be using the main account's credits to avoid being charged extra. Upcoming paid invoices, you can modify your billing information, and you can cancel your subscription, but before you do so, I highly recommend writing to support and explaining why you're doing it. For example, you might say, "Hey, too fun, we're canceling because we didn't like that or this doesn't work for us. Let's see if we can fix it for you." This is very likely possible because we are very flexible and do everything we can to assist our users. In the interim, I am unable to continue paying it, therefore you can go to standby mode. That's going to be all for the creative AI. If you have any feedback that something is not functioning, please let us know. Standby mode will only cost $5 per month so that we can store all of your photographs, creators, and projects on our servers, and that will essentially be paying the cost for us. If there is a bug, you can contact support, and if not, you can also provide feedback. For example, you could write, "Hey, I have this critical issue. I'm using an X browser, and it's not working as a trend. We will directly work on it." This message would be sent to our development team, and they would begin working on it. Also, keep in mind that our application is also available in French and Spanish, so if you are more at ease speaking, there is also the option to modify it. More languages are on the way, so that's going to be pretty much it. We're about at 30 minutes, so I kind of showed you pretty much everything on it creative AI. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. Also, make sure to like this video and follow the Creative AI YouTube channel. If you want to sign up to Adcreative.ai, click on the link in the description area at the bottom of this video.